guys and gals, hello YouTube. This is the make and model of this, whatever this car we're driving. Right now we gotta switch over to the microphone because wind's starting picking up. I got the microphone right now. Okay guys, this is the car that we're gonna be showing you right now. You guys been making some good guesses, but most of you are way off by the year and all that stuff. I believe this is well, as you see, I believe this is a 2025 or maybe 2024. Usually they don't go no older than 2024 models, but usually 2025 is your freshest model. So I'm pretty sure this is 2025 because it has very low miles on it. So, and we put most of them, and it's got done working a big, busy week schedule. When I rented this out, I put it to a test and that. So let's see. As you see, it's a nice car. But it's not what you think it is. Okay, guys, this is it right here. This is our car rental. This is a Mitsubishi Mirage. I believe like I said, it's a 2025 Mitsubishi Mirage. I had not washed it yet because I still got to wash it. I still got to vacuum out, and we got to take out a couple bags of garbage out of it. But I thought I'd just do this quick video on it before I forget. Nice tires right there. Gas tank. We'll talk about the negatives, positives and negatives of this thing and all that stuff. And yeah, and that's like I said, it is a Mirage. It is a little dusty because remember in our live streams on the way home, there were some gravel roads next to the interstate and they had travel on it. Okay, you guys know what plate it is? I'm not going to show you all of it. I'll try to show you the main part of it, and it's Ohio plates on it. So yes, it is Ohio plates. This is the reverse. That's the reverse camera, and that really nice. Somewhat roomy for Mr. Big Guy here, and Miss America, and that's Angie. We all know. And Lynn Smith calls me Big Guy. Barely fit in there. Back seats are pretty good. Nice back seats, little leg room. Don't want to put no big guy behind me. Big guy have to ride behind. Another big guy have to ride behind Angie. Maybe another Miss America. Woo! We got a little dandelion action. Don't want that. Yes, it's one of the few cars I rented. In fact, this is the only second car that I ever rented that does not have a front license plate mount. Some states, they do not require a front plate. In Florida, I definitely know that because I have rented Florida cars before. Anytime I rented a Florida car, it never had a front plate. So I think Ohio's the other one. But if you do have to buy it and bring it home for the state of Iowa, you are required to have a front plate in the state of Iowa if it's registered for the state of Iowa and that. So if you're going to register this car in the state of Iowa, right now it's registered in Ohio, gets through Enterprise, it's part of their fleet cars. I have a little sticker saying it's a fleet car, and that's what it looks like on the outside. It's headlights work great, turn signals work great, seat belts, handling. We had a nasty bump on the right side. The tire held out. Remember on that one, I don't know if it was a live stream or the other video, we hit a nasty bump around Colorado. I think it was in the edited video, we hit a nasty bump. I thought we was going to blow a tire, but nope, it's still there. Okay, we're going to look inside the trunk right now. Yeah, the trunk. Excuse the bags right there, but I was going to say, this was supposed to design to hold 2 big luggages for your travel, but we didn't have big luggages. We had smaller bags, so I was able to hold our tote cooler here. My tote bag I got from the Wild, before it was Wild Rose Casino, from the Mississippi Belle too. I still use that bag to this day. And usually had 2 sports bags in here, and one other small bag for something else. But yeah, it worked pretty good. Hold our luggage. We used to store. Sometimes I'll have my laptop down there, over there, or underneath Angie's seat. But you know, when I check in the hotel, I always take the computers in with me, camera equipment in with me to make sure they stay safe, and what we need for luggage to change of clothes and all that stuff. and that. So it was pretty good that we had. And like I said, I did point out the reverse view mirror, and I do believe I think there's some there's like a window mount up here. I think it was like a built-in camera mount, built-in dash cam. I don't know. I never saw how it activated, but I'll show you some advantages I had with this car, and I'll tell you about the disadvantages. I know we're not moving, okay? So, so that's why I'm not wearing my seatbelt. We're in park situation, okay? So just keep that in mind. The advantages is it's easy to put the car in gear. It's very simple. It's just self-explanatory, right down here. It's just self-explanatory. Right there, if you can be able to see it. Yeah, gimbal. Crazy gimbal. Yeah, I could have just went this way and showed you that to make sure I got it in a picture. Easy gear thing. Just make sure you don't bump it while driving. Nice AM FM stereo radio, Sirius. Controls for your air conditioning. What I like about this up here, I don't know if you can see this or not, this little vents right here. That's why I had the air conditioning going up here. Maybe that's what kept my cell phone camera cool and all that stuff. So, yeah, that kept us that record live stream we had over 6 hours. And this thing was blowing cold air on the cell phone to keep it cool. And that. Oh, besides that, how do I get one of those live streams? I show you. Okay. How I mount the like I said, we'll talk about the gas mounts. How do I mount the cell phone? Well, I had it mounted behind this rearview mirror. So anytime I glance up to the rearview mirror, I'll try to glance at a comment every time I glance up here to the rearview mirror. My cell phone, when we started the live streams, we're always in a parking lot situation. Except that one day when I was phoning Celine, I decided to end it out there on the highway. But basically, there was nobody behind me, nobody in front of me. I was exiting, and I just wanted to end it quickly. So I just click end, click. I was done. And that. So basically, the cell phone, where I had the camera. My camera was like right up here, pointing outward, and I had the camera mounted about right in here approximately, if I remember correctly, on the last live stream every time I mounted it. And that mount I got worked perfectly because it let me hang that camera that cell phone right down here. See that little ledge right there? Let me turn on so you guys can see what I mean by that little ledge. That's why I had trouble reading the comments. And now see that little ledge right there? And that where my thumb's at. That's how much I had to read on the chats. That's why I had to tell Angie many times. I had to point out where to read, what I want her to read, and all that stuff. And sometimes we get a little argument on that, but that's okay. I had my main mount for the point of view for the hard cam right here. That was the one I had trouble could have view, because this, if I had it right here, it could have blocked my view right over here. But I didn't remember. We're driving out in the middle of nowhere, so I was more about in our area and in Vegas, out in the middle of nowhere, and you're going mainly straight. I don't have to worry about that. But then, like I said, sometimes the rearview mirror, if you set up high enough, that can also obstruct a lot of view too. So I didn't worry about that. Okay, gas mileage and all that. Let's talk about that. I don't know if you can see the gas meter down here or not. I can't really zoom in unless I really tilt the camera upward and get it down that way. I didn't really like the meter. It's in black. It just tells me that that's how much gas I have. And it gets down to, they take about 1 or 2 squares. I think it's like 3 squares per hard line or half line. I don't know. But other than know how much gas I use, during a whole trip how big the gas tank is, okay? This is probably the biggest negative I had. I had to make more fuel stops between Clinton and Las Vegas. I had to make about 2 more fuel stops. I really wanted to. Because I remember one time we topped off here in Clinton. We didn't fill up till we got well past Des Moines. And we didn't fill up until we got like to Cozart. Then we filled up before we entered Denver. Then, but our fuel ups was like 3 extra fuel stops. Technically we had to do 3 extra fuel stops that just ate up a lot of time, and travel and all that stuff. Luckily, most of them I pay at the pump. I do not use the insert card. I use the tapper. The tapper has always been, and it's always been a security question to that card. It's a simple code you got to put in. It's like a zip code you got to put in. So you punch in your zip code, it verifies it, and you're good to go. Only time I use the insert card, it just tells me go inside. It tells me go inside and check it out anyway, and just get it prepaid in there. So it's always best to do it that way. If you don't see the tap thing, just go inside, just say, hey, I need 10 gallons on this credit card. It'll tell you whatever you don't use, it goes back on your credit card, which that's nice nowadays. Instead of paying cash, prepay inside with your credit card. So whatever you pump up, whatever you don't pump, it goes back on your credit anyway at most places. Make sure they say that too. So like I said, the biggest negative is it's a small gas tank. I'm pretty sure it's 10 gallons. It's a small car. It's an economy car. So it's going to have a 10-gallon tank, and you will fill up more often. So if you can knock out, about 200, over 200 miles or 250 miles, that's when you want to start gassing up. Anytime you get down to under a half a tank in this car, we always started looking for, until I got more comfortable about the gas stations, because when I go on out, I try to research. I have a better gas plan coming back on the same route. If I'm coming back on the same route, I have the better gas plan on the way back than going on the way out. So I think we filled up more on the way out than we did on the way home, because I had a better gas plan, and I knew how to read the gas meter on the car, just the gas, letting you know how much gas is in your tank. I understand that more coming back than I did going out, just to make sure I plan my gas stops accordingly, which it worked out better, because I think I knocked out 1 less stop for gas coming home than I did going out. Like I said, the negative was it's a small gas tank. When you rent a small car, it's going to be a small gas tank. You're going to fuel up more along the way. If you get an upgrade to a lightly, like when we had that mini SUV on our previous trip to Las Vegas, we was able to go a little bit further because it was a bigger gas tank. I think it went up to 15 gallons on that one. So, and that allowed us to go a lot further than we did with this car between fuel ups. So when you get the economy car of any kind, if you rent it or own one, you're going to make that kind of trip. Plan on more fuel stops. If you're going to come home the same route, just have a better idea how to on that. So just wherever you go, full circle, plan your fuel stops accordingly. Basically, that's the only negative I have is a small gas tank. What's this? Going out, great headlights, great tail lights, signals work, interior lights work, air conditioning work. You probably heard it on my live streams. Oh, by the way, we did find that little part that goes on this cell phone. We did find that part while cleaning out the car. I thought I was going to buy new microphones for this cell phone, but nope, we don't have to. We found it because I was fumbling with the camera equipment, looking for something else to make sure we had on that. Oh, by the way, if we had I had the phone connected to the computer car, which I'll show you here. It's a Mitsubishi Mirage. It's got great handling, it's got good miles between gas stations. Just the bad part is you're fueling up more and that. So, like I said, you're filling up a lot quicker, and all that. I usually take it down to about a quarter of a tank, in the more popular side of the country, but when I head west, Further west I go, I gotta make sure, when I get down to a half a tank, start looking for a gas station and stop at the first gas station you see. Just top it off. Because especially through Utah, you saw on either the live or edited video or what we did for live, it is very desolate out there. That's why cell towers are far and few in between. There was only 2 gas stations between Grand Junction, Colorado, and Saline, Utah. It was out in the middle of nowhere. They just recently put those in the last couple of years. So last time we was out that way, they were actually building them. They're now both open, and it does serve a gas station about halfway through that desolate area on I-70 between Grand Junction, Colorado, and Saline, Utah. So it really fills that void there for a gas station. But always says, when you enter that desolate area, either way, going west or coming east, make sure, like in Saline, you make sure you top off your tank. That gas station was busy, and so was both gas stations at the Pilot and the Flying J, or I think it was the Loves and the Flying J. Make sure you top off, or I think it was a Pilot. I don't know. I don't remember. So, make sure you top off there in Grand Junction before you head out, into Utah and that. So, it's just, when you start getting below half a tank out there, start looking for a gas station or a service station within reach. Hopefully, you get to Saline, hopefully. Most cars will get you to Saline, easily from Grand Junction on a full tank of gas. So, just make sure you stop there. No matter what price it is, make sure you stop there and gas up. Don't gamble any further because, like I said, they're coming up more, but they're still far apart and that. So, that's it. So, if I was able to rent another Mitsubishi Mirage, I would say yes, because more I rent a familiar brand. I have an idea of its gas systems and all that stuff, because usually this is the first time I rented a Mitsubishi and all that. So it's a pretty good car. At least it's an old car that got us out and back. It's like I said, if I had a normal car, I guarantee you we would have had troubles with it. I've always had trouble with a standard car, but if it's something that looks like an SUV or mini SUV, this was probably the smallest SUV fakers out there. And you saw how small it is. It's pretty small. But yeah, it's a small car, and that's why it's called Mitsubishi Mirage, because it's just like a Mirage out there on the highway almost, and that. So that was it. We are pleased with the car rental. Now I just gotta vacuum out, wash it, and fill it up, and send it back. So this is the last look inside and outside of the car, of this car rental, and we'll be back walking our feet around town. I wish I owned a vehicle. Maybe if this is up for sale, I'll buy it. But if I do, I have to fix something with the front plate. I mean, I have to take this to a dealership, and so they can install that certain front plate. So make sure and that. So we rent a car. If you see the car rented has no front plate, it's just, if you get pulled over for it, just say it's that's whatever it's registered out of. They don't really need, some states don't really need a front plate, but most of them do. And the only time I got pulled over, it was in Las Vegas, and is when we actually crossed when I actually saw the flashing yellow light. I attempted to slow up, and I continued went through anyway. That's why I got stopped for in Las Vegas. And I got off with a verbal warning and said, be careful and all that stuff. Because he kind of did mention, that he was eyeing those other cars too, because they said they cruised strip all the time, and he wants to nail them more than us. So that was appreciated by him, I think it was. That was really nice. Yeah, so, yep. All right, that's it for this video. I know it's a little long. It's a good car. The only thing bad about it is we fueled up a lot more. I'll try to come up with the gas prices at a later date. In our ultimate review, I got to add up all the prices on gas we used up. And it's a lot of stops. We made more stops than before. I know this is a long video. I just had to put my points out on this car. It was a very good car. Positive. I like it. But the negative is we gassed up a lot because of a small gas tank. Don't get me wrong, it was not a gas hog. It's just that a small tank equals shorter usage of the fuel. It doesn't. If I had a 15-gallon gas tank, I would have made only 5 gas stops going out, 5 gas stops coming back. I think I made like 8 going out, maybe 7 coming back. I knocked 1 out because I understood the situation. I knew where my gas stations were at the time when we come back the same route. So that's basically it. So I do have 1 more gas up to do before I return this car, which you guys are going to see right now. But right now, this review video is way too long. So we're going to take a short break. We aren't even knowing it because I got a lot of videos to edit. We'll give you our final thoughts on the whole trip, and I'll give you the price of the gasoline that we spent, how much gas we spent on this car on this trip with this car, of how many gas stops we made, okay? All right, please like, share, subscribe, don't forget to subscribe on the notification bell. We'll talk to you guys later. I hope you guys didn't fall asleep on this one because this might be good information to have. All right, we'll see you guys later.